And I'm Rob. I've been at Remix like since 2017. But I started as a front-end dev, and then, but I mean, this is still kind of front-end dev. My Solidity skills aren't great, but because it's mostly like tooling for developers, not making the contracts ourselves. So, yeah. Anyway, maybe I'll start. I think I'm gonna. I think I'm gonna go back and forth between like live pro coding and everything. And if you have questions, just interrupt. And is this working? Come on. So that's just the announcement that you preempted. No, it's cool that we're spinning out of the EF. Wait. Oh, that's right, because it was here. 4 more days in the EF. So on the 1st, we're out. And then we're looking for public goods funding. And then in 6 months, the URL will change about that. And so anyway, just to get a little bit of like the terminology of the tool, there's the icon panel, the side panel, the main panel, the terminal, which is really just an output. In Remix Desktop, which I'll get into a little bit later, you can really have access to the computer's terminal. And then the plugin manager. So you can load up different side panel plugins. And then you can move the side panel plugins to the other side of the screen by clicking that little thing, and it pops over to the other side. So there's this tutorial that's showing Learneth, the tutorial plugin. So you can get the instructions on one side and do the work on the other side of the screen. And there's no, it's just saving it in browser storage. So if your browser crashes, you can lose your work, unless you're connected with Remix D, which is a what?
Is it a daemon?
It's just a daemon that's running that connects, yeah, Remix to a folder that you specify, and it's only going to share Remix like that URL with that folder. So.
Oh, HTML5 storage.
Onto your.
HTML5 storage, right? More than
I mean, it's connecting the folder, I guess. So it's not like in the browser anymore.
Yeah. But it should be using HTML5 storage. Okay.
I don't know, but I don't think so. But maybe.
The daemon usually runs more on the OS.
Yeah, it is. You have to run that.
So you install it on the.
You have to run Remix D on the machine.
Okay.
To be able to share it.
Okay.
Or you can use Remix Desktop, which is actually going to be fully released. I think it's going to be early next week. Yeah. And I'll demo Remix D too. And then you can clone repos. And those are some. This is what's that? There are all these videos we have, like how to do stuff in Remix, and then also like some low-level Solidity ones. And yeah, and so then the expansion of those tutorials, there'll be some files that, if there's some files that have to do with the videos, they're going to be available, so you can have the files that are associated with the video, watch the video, load the files into Remix. So it's going to be more like complete tutorial system. So there are these workspaces, and each workspace is like a separate folder, and you can't access one from the other. And then you create templates, and that's where you could load up some files, some example files. And you can also like load up Cookbook, which is a repo of smart contracts. And there's a plugin for Cookbook, or you can go to Cookbook and open the file in Remix. Is any of this like new, or I mean, I could also just pop over to the live demos if it's going to be more exciting.
Yeah, it's kind of familiar with the VS Code.
Yeah.
Yes, same concepts everywhere here.
Okay, good. Okay. Then maybe, no, I'm just gonna, wait, this one? Oh, wait, this is the,
The whole compiling is always
what's going on here?
specific.
Yeah. Okay. Okay, then there's the AI stuff. It's also should be somewhat intuitive, but there's code explanations and code assistance and coding while you type.
Something like a love chat between GitHub Copilot and Cursor, something like that.
Yeah.
Can you choose your model and put your keys or?
No, at the moment, you can't choose. You can only use the AI LLM that we have. Is that, and soon, the next iteration will be. And the AI stuff's a work in progress. I th-
Pricing model attached to, right?
or you're going to be. It'll just be like you pay for your own Claude, and then you just say like using that one. But or we're going to integrate it.
You haven't figured out the pricing model for your own LLM yet, or?
Right, we haven't. But yeah, exactly. So anyway, you get code explanations, type code while you type. The only thing is like, and there's this like kind of chatbot window. So that's like the code explanations for errors. And you can get some explanations. You know what? I'm going to bounce over. This is getting boring. Okay, so in Remix, like here, I'll make a new. Here's the.
Could you maybe zoom in? Because I don't know if the camera will pick it up.
Right. Okay. So here's Learneth on the right side. If you're just learning Solidity, like it's kind of nice because you could like kind of go through the code, and there's some assignments, and you can show the answer to these. Like it'll load up this one, and then it asks you to do some changes to that code. If you don't know the answer, then you can go to the answer. It doesn't remember where you are in the code, but anyway. Let's see. And so we're going to load up another template. I think I'm going to, because of the screen, I'm just going to make it like this. So in this case, like let's load a Open Zeppelin template, and we'll make it mintable and pausable. So there's just going to be more imports to this contract. And we go to the File Explorer, and we can see it's the, I got a whole mess of workspaces here, probably too many. And then I can initialize this workspace for Git, and then I can push it to my own Git repo. And you can see like some of the branch management here at the bottom of the File Explorer. So it's kind of VS Code-y. And then like you take this. So in the code, you can see like it's just importing these files. And then we're going to, so like when you compile it, you can either go here to this button to compile, or if you're going to want to run any scripts, that will run a script. So you can run JavaScript, TypeScript, and Remix too. Or you can go to the compiler and choose your compiler and compile. And the compile and run script button is, here, we're going to go back to a default workspace, to these contracts in the default workspace. And this is going to, this is called a custom NatSpec comment over here. and it's going to, when you do the compile and run, it's going to compile the Solidity file, and then it's going to run this type script. And so that means you can set the state of the contract as you're developing, and so that's using ethers.js. So if you're new to this world, you probably want to learn that. There's another newcomer called Vim, but you could use either one. And what else am I saying over here? Yeah, so if we do compile and run, it's going to deploy the script in one go. So you can do Control S to compile, or there's a few different shortcuts for compilation. And then, but instead of doing that, if I did a compile and run, and I go to here, it deployed it. And yeah, I mean, this one is just like saving a number. So in the compilation, let's see, if we're over here in the editor, it shows how much gas you used. And we'll store this, and then we'll go to the debugger, and there's all this you can see the opcodes, and you can see what line you're on in the code, and you can put in breakpoints, just like any kind of visual debugger. And you should be able to tell the gas usage per line. Oh, you can say it over here. That's weird. Maybe it's because of the expanded screen size, but it usually shows, oh yeah, just gas usage per opcode. And then you can also debug on-chain contracts if they're verified. So like if we stop this debugging session, and if it's code that's been verified, and do you know about contract verification? So like you deployed some code, and it's on chain, but people kind of have to trust that your code is this compiled code. And if you verify it, that means like you're publishing your source code, and then in the block explorers, it'll show you the code so that you can read the code and make sure it's not doing anything malicious. And so there are a bunch of different services. There's an open source one called Sourcify, where actually if you deploy your code and you publish it to IPFS, it's going to automatically verify it. So you don't have to do anything. But you could also use our verification tool or some other one too. And you go here for that. It's under, oh. So like if we were to, I mean, of course it only works on a public chain. So let's deploy this to Sepolia. And if you want some Sepolia, let me know. I'll send you some Sepolia ETH. I happen to have a load of it. Deploy. And is it coming up? It'll take a second. So now it's deployed, and we can grab the address, and then we can I'll go to contract verification, and we select the chain, and you put in the contract address. Okay, anyway, so And I don't know why 1Password always comes up when I do that. And I think, I forget if it's this one or... Okay, anyway, it was successful on these two. Contract owner. Wait, did I just do storage? Maybe it's the one at the bottom. Storage, it's this one. Ah, and you have to put in your API keys for Sourcify. That's probably why Sourcify is not showing up. I mean, why Etherscan's not showing up here. Okay, so if we go back to, what should we go over next? Oh yeah, so we deployed it to a public network. And if you click this little button, you can make a DApp and publish that DApp to get a simple front end. So it's like you can put this here and you can title your DApp. There's just some really basic stuff. And then it's using this service called Surge, which actually has no Sybil protection. So you can just put every time you, or you could just put in any kind of password here. It just needs to have a unique URL, and it'll publish it. And it's kind of useful for hackathons too, because if you verify the code on Etherscan, there'll be a link in the deployed app that can go back to the code and remix, which is good for hackathon judges, so they can check out what you're doing. Let's see. And like here's like the AI agent. If we go back to here, like this one, so this button will explain that contract and it comes up here. Or you could ask it, the AI agent, like Solidity questions. You can also kind of highlight some code here and then right-click it to explain the function store, and then it will, explain it over here. Yeah, I mean, using AI with this is, like sometimes you don't know if the answer is right or not. So it takes a little bit, and I think as our LLMs will improve, then the answers will just get better. So I do have this recipe over here for like deploying a coin contract and passing it around if you want to try that. What else? Maybe I'll switch that. The other thing is there's some I mean, I guess I'll start confusing you, and then you can do some research later. But like, it's possible to do some batch transactions, like when you create a coin contract and you want to send it to somebody, you have to prove that you can send it to them. So it is possible with some new additions from the last Ethereum upgrade to do a batch transaction. And then there's also possible to create smart accounts. So that's using kind of like a multi-sig, or creating a multi-sig in Remix for that. And then with that, you can get sponsored transactions. And both are cool because like for onboarding people, you don't want to have to give them ETH so that they could try something out. And that's the sponsored transactions. And the other one is like when you're doing something like on Uniswap, often like it takes 2 transactions to go through because you have to approve, and then you have to do the transaction for the transfer. So I guess we could go to this simple one of, let's see, maybe. And this URL if you want to load it on your machine, it's this one. But maybe I'll just kind of go through this, and then we can. Did you get the URL? Okay. So we're gonna. I think we're gonna deploy, we're going to mint a coin and then pass it around. Or why don't we just, you mint one, I'll mint one, and we'll exchange it. Okay, so the process will be, come on. So I just have one up, this one.
One interesting thing that you show is like how you can, having an address and a smart contract, how you can get your smart contract from that address in your.
Okay. Yeah.
I find it useful for me.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, actually that's, I guess I started going there with the debugging an on-chain contract. So why don't we'll go there first and then we'll go back to the coin. So if we go to like Etherscan, to just for the, I guess we're going to go to Sepolia, which is, come on, I forget, wait, if we go to Sepolia Etherscan, yeah. And then we go to verified contracts. And here, okay. So like, if we go to lunch menu, I guess, go here, and we get the ABI, copy it. And what happened? Okay, so we go to back to Remix and we go to deploy and run, and we're connected to the same chain. And then we go to @address. First we need to, well, let's see if we can do it without adding the, we'll get the address here. And then we're going to go here and we're going to see if it'll load without having the ABI. It won't, because we need the source file. So then we're going to go back over here into Remix and make a new file called mystery.abi. And then we go back to here and we get the ABI. Oops. And we'll paste it over here. And then we go back to add address, and now it's activated. So we go that, we really want to interact with that contract. We have it here. Similarly, if we deploy, which one? So then we can kind of like play with the functions on this contract. If we want to read through the contract, then we have to open it up from Etherscan, and you can do that actually by going here in Etherscan, and there should be a link for verified contracts to open in Remix. At least there used to be. Wow. Well, I guess they took it down. So the other way that you can do is you take this URL and we just take off that, and I think it's, I think it's this. Let's see if it works. If not, I'll show you another, I'll get that shortcut. No, I didn't do it. Wait a minute, it's, I forgot that one. Address, I guess it's this. Oh wait, no, you go like, is that gonna do it? Yeah. So now we have the contract here. So you're just replacing the Etherscan URL with a remix URL, and it'll come in. So then go back to deploying a, so that makes it its own workspace when you do that. But now we'll go back to here, and we go to the contracts, and then we got the my token, and then we'll just change the name of stuff so that it's a little more fun. We'll call it egg token. And okay, and so we got all this stuff, and then we compile it, and then we deploy it to, I guess we're going to deploy it to Sapoli again. And if you can make a token too and name it whatever. And the initial owner is going to be like your address. Oh, so wait, you work for, who works for Alchemy? So in the connection, sorry, in the environment, if you select external HTTP provider, that would just go to, you put your Alchemy stuff there. So that's how you deploy to the node provider. Yeah, just that. Okay, so then we go here and we deployed, so we deployed it at Cayman. So just so you know, like there's a lot of functions in this, and so we'll mint like
Most of these are coming from the inheritance of the ERCs classes.
exactly, yeah, and also because you can see them here to get these contracts. That's where they load up in the dependencies folder. And also there's this great, in Open Zeppelin, there's a wizard, so you can, it's basically similar interface, but you can open up and remix from the Open Zeppelin wizard. Yeah, so I was going back to this, and then we're going to mint, oh yeah, I got to get my address, which is here. And then we go down to mint. So when you open up the little thing, you can put in the inputs individually. So I'm going to put in my address, and I'm going to make so this is using scientific notation, so you don't have to put all the zeros in, which is a relief. And then when you go to your browser wallet, and you go to tokens, Uh, let's see. What's it say in the instructions about how to import your tokens? Come on. On the side?
Yeah, on the side of the tokens tab. Go back to the tokens. Like tokens, three dots.
Import tokens.
And copy the content tab.
Oh. So, yeah, it's over here. Oh, come on. Where's Sepolia? Is it up or down, you think? Oh, wait, maybe I have to put in test nets.
It's at the bottom. Purple.
Oh, yeah. I put the wrong address in.
Yeah. The copy. Yeah.
So yeah, note that like I put 18 zeros, and it just shows I have 32 of them because it's all that mess.
I'm a real beginner. Why do you have to actually import all the tokens? What do you have to do the extra step of going into?
Import it because we just created them, and the browser wallet doesn't know to be always looking at the chain or what chain to look at to know what to bring in. Yeah, I mean, and the thing itself is like the token is just this list. It's a contract, and it just has a list of who's the owner, or who are the owners. And then if you send me your address, I'll send you some. And if you need some Sepolia, there's also there's a thing over here. Oh. Well, I tried. Let's see. How am I going to do that? I get this weird hackmd address that I thought maybe I'll republish it. It didn't republish this thing. Or maybe I just need to refresh it. It could be that. Yeah. Okay. So if you go to the hackmd now, then you could put in your address and I'll get it.
Is it like a faucet or it's like manual?
I'm just doing it. But also, I'm going to send you the egg tokens too.
Is there a time here?
What? It might be easier to copy your address. Oh.
I have to copy the whole address.
Oh, no. Here. If you're on, and this one, yeah, this to get to,
The second one.
go to the first tiny URL, and then you can get this page, and then from this page you can get the hackmd.
I think I can type in that field anything.
It's not letting you?
It's just letting me copy, but that's it.
You mean on the hackmd?
Yeah, I can.
Okay. Oh, I know what's going on. Okay, so I'm going to go over here. Wait, so do you should be,
Only not edit rights.
I thought I gave it to everybody.
I can.
Again.
Oh,
Just test. Where's the second button?
see your text, but
You see my test? Oh
Yeah.
So it's okay. There's no save button. It's
you're on mobile.
And you're not logged into HackMD?
Absolutely not.
Yeah. Okay.
So it's here. There's a button here.
Yes.
Okay, so I'm here, and then I'm gonna. Going to send. Wait. Playtime. This is Sepolia. Going to send. Continue. Oops. Send you 0 ETH. Send from to. Oh, it's over. What? Oh. I'll send you an ETH. Okay, and then I'll send. And send here, then we'll do 2. And we're gonna.
Yeah, it's in.
20. And the currency is egg. And I'll send you 15 eggs. Probably 12 is better, but
I can make one. But I need your contract address to import it.
to. Oh, yeah, okay.
Which is
Yeah, exactly.
you drop it in the same.
Okay, I'm going to put it in the HackMD. Okay, and so I forget which one is this. Yeah, who's the fifth? Okay,
What?
The
It's
bottom
not me.
one, yeah.
Oh,
I think the top one is here.
really? Let's see.
So you just
Oh yeah, FB something.
send. And I'll send you one here, and then I'll send you. And then, let's see. Yeah, so you can check all these transactions on Etherscan. We could also, let's check the contract on Etherscan. Or on Block Scout. Let's go Block Scout just to try a different interface. Oh.
the eggs now.
Wait, it's going to be Sepolia block scale. Oh, wait, it's over here. Explorers. So every chain has their own Sepolia, just so you see. Or not every chain, but a lot of them do.
Yeah, or testnet or some other wonky names.
Yeah. Oh, and so I will, let's see. Yeah. Well, while this is loading, I don't know why it's taking so long.
It's a transaction.
What?
Did you send me something as well?
I,
Or
I think I sent both. Nothing coming in?
I see no transaction.
Did anything come in for Sepolia, ETH?
I think you sent it twice because I have 2 of each and 30x, so I think you sent
Ah. Okay. So then you're 0x?
Yes.
Okay. Oops. And then we go over to over here. And we're gonna. That's funny.
I hate when MetaMask just logs out.
Send to one Sepolia. I think you're not going to get too many eggs. No, I'm going to mint some more. Well,
More estimates. It's okay.
okay.
Like you said, the sun is wrong.
I think there are about two eggs left.
Oh, well, that's.
More than no eggs.
Yes.
Okay. What else? It's just another thing to note is like when you're using the Learnith tutorials, I like them because like you can start playing with some of the code and then you can just kind of go off and just start checking out what the code looks like in the debugger or just using the other tools to see what's going on so you can kind of have your own explorations and
Does it take it from like beginner level or if you know nothing about Solidity and
yeah, I mean, there's some intro to Solidity, intro to Remix. There's even intro to ZK proofs. Like there's the Uniswap classes. I mean, some of them are like kind of just walking you through a contract. So it's not like you kind of, the Uniswap one, you like kind of think like you're gonna create your own instance of Uniswap to kind of play with, but it's, this tutorial is just kind of walking you through what the hop contracts are about there. So it's as much about like kind of learning how to read Solidity as anything else.
yeah. But nowadays you can just cursor it or like plot it so you need to know build that code. Just understand what it's doing.
Yeah. Yeah, yeah. What else? So, what else I want to show you is, oh yeah, desktop.
Yeah, that was one of the questions. If there is a client for this or it's just a web version.
So here, it's an Electron app. It's just about to be released. So I mean, I'll get you the URL. It's somewhere in my notes here. But anyway, so the cool thing is, it's like just like VS Code. Like when you come here, maybe I'll just close it right now, and then I'll start it up. And so it's going to ask you like, so each instance of Remix Desktop is going to be its own folder. And then, so like here's this one. Oh yeah, and by the way, I'll show you how to connect Remix to your hard drive with that daemon. But before we do that, so this is already on your hard drive. And then like the cool thing here is like when you go to the Solidity compiler, you can download compilers. So then you can work offline.
Yeah.
And then when you're offline, like that will turn red at the bottom there. And it's also good because you're using like your browser, your hard disk, so you don't lose your work as easily. And you can run a Viper compiler, local Viper compiler. There's a Viper compiler in Remix, but it does a remote compilation. And also, if you're doing any kind of ZK stuff, it's more secure to have everything local. And what else is nice? Oh yeah, and the terminal here. When you go here, you can do it'll be, it's just like VS Code. And then the output panel is just like VS Code. But the cool thing is, like, so we compiled it, but we want to deploy it to Sepolia. We can use a browser wallet because it'll make this, it opens up a local host version of Remix where you can connect your browser wallet. Once it connects. Yeah. Wait, what's going on? So it's connected, and then you go back to Remix Desktop, and then you deploy it. Yeah, it says the network ID. Same when you deploy it. Then it's going to pop up MetaMask because you got the browser running. And okay, so then we'll get out of this one, but I'll show you now if you want to connect Remix to your desktop, whoops, you have to install this npm package remixd, and then you just type remixd in the directory that you want to share. Oh yeah, I see. So also the other thing with Remix Desktop is like you can just code in VS Code and then open up remixd in the same directory, and it's accessing the same stuff. So you just use whatever you want to use for coding. And so now this is done, and then I just click that. So we're back here, and then in here we're going to connect a local file system in the hamburger menu. By the way, do you guys call that a hamburger menu or?
Yeah, I use a hamburger.
It's the official term, but
Okay.
I never say that.
It's just more like, like you call something and you don't know if everyone knows what you're talking about.
Yeah, I guess you know it if you do, because you're going to look for the icon. Otherwise, I don't think it's widespread.
Anyway, then you just hit connect, and then
So basically the remixd is like a server listening to connections from the remix, right? What you run
Yeah.
in the terminal.
yeah, it's running to make sure to coordinate what's, and then, yeah, and then the file explorer just shows what's in that folder. And then the cool thing then is that you can compile hard hat or Foundry files, and when you then and you can actually compile with hard hat, grab it in Remix, and deploy it from Remix, or use Remix for whatever things that happen after the compilation.
Right, so it's well interconnected.
And yeah, so it's good to be able to choose whatever tool you want. And then in like to do some analysis, let's see if we're gonna, the compilation artifacts folder is in a different place when you do it with Remix than when you do it with Hard Hat. Do you know about those things? No, the artifacts.
Are they just like builds?
There's like, here, we'll take a look here. So we compile this one.
Just like the compile
I think it's wait. It should be. I forget if this is the. It's the. Oh. I guess we're about ready to be done. But anyway, it's like the metadata for the ABI. And after you compile, you can see what's going on? Oh, I see. Because we have to have the right file activated, and then you can grab the ABI and the bytecode. So that
ABI stands for?
something binary interface.
Oh, okay.
So it's like yeah, right.
That's what it looks like.
Yeah. So it's just like the function signatures.
So basically ABI is a front end and bytecode is a back end.
Yes.
It's basically like when you compile the code, all the names of the functions are all scrambled, and so it tells it like this function is called this.
So it's basically the API code.
Yeah.
So you can rebuild the UI.
Right.
Okay, so it is the API. And the bytecode is actually the back end of the smart contract.
Yeah.
Sorry, I don't have the terms.
No, but that's why it's great, this session.
Yeah.
And that's why I was hoping, like, yeah.
Likewise, it is really helpful.
How? Yeah.
Being based in EVM, this works for all EVM chains, right?
Yeah.
So it's not tied. Does it support like Solana or blockchain or?
It doesn't support Solana yet. Yeah, I mean, there's some things like there's some EVM-ish chains like like StarkNet.
I always start it over Target, it's a pain.
It's we have a compiler for it. It's not that well used.
Yeah.
And then the ZK Sync, we had a compiler for it, but actually they're becoming EVM compatible.
Yeah, just switch it up.
And yeah, so.
So it's focused on.
But there are some things like, and it's at the moment it's really like Viper, but mostly Solidity. And then there is a plugin for Near and for using Rust with Arbitrum Stylus.
Okay.
So you can start playing, with that stuff.
Yeah.
But as like developers, I mean, it's just different subject slightly, but it's a great tool for like playing around with like ethers and understanding how that works, because that's essential.
Yeah. That's what I was using it before. Is there like a pricing model or so it's like free to use?
This remix,
Yeah.
public good,
Oh, so it's
totally free. I mean, at some point in the future, there might be some pricing model of,
LLMs.
yeah, that kind of thing.
Yeah, those are pretty expensive.
Yeah. But yeah, as it was like an EF project.
Thank you for the presentation.
Sure. Oh, great.